Hey guys, running a little late as usual. Whew. I did get a shower tonight though, guys. Oh, lordy, lordy. Trying to find my own channel so that I can look at it on my phone, guys. You know you're running late when you have to do that, right? Whew. Oh, let's see. We got comments up here. Let's see what our comments are. Hey, Jovita. There's Mr. Reverend Joe Jacobson. Hello. How are you, Mr. Joe? Oh, and Wheat. Hey, Wheat. How's it going? It's been cold here, guys. It's been cold. Still trying to wait a second. I'll find it in a minute. There's some other something. Here we go. There I am. It's wanting to, of all times, for it to want to clank to my, join to my phone. That's not what I want, peoples. Okay. Now then, I'm there. See if I can find it with no volume. Haha, there we go. I'm here. I got it. There's Rhonda Dotson. Hello, guys. How is it going, y'all? It's so good to see y'all in here. Man, we are having one heck of a week, guys. You would not believe. You would not believe. Let's see. Friday, we had a set of twins born. They were boys, two little rams. And then Saturday night, we kind of had to get together up at the barn, in my barn, y'all. I got a video coming out. I just hadn't got it ready yet. I hate editing. I don't know if any of the rest of y'all are into this stuff, but editing just absolutely blows my mind. Even the little bit of dumb stuff that I edit is ridiculous. I'm telling y'all. But anyway, so we're in the barn just hanging out, me and the kids and Joey and the boyfriends and the husbands, and all of us are up there, and we're all in my section because dang on it, we cleaned it out, guys. Madison and I got out there and we cleaned that thing. You could not even get in the door. I had so much stuff thrown in there. Hey, Mr. Joe. Wonderful. Yeah, it was pretty nice here today, but it was still chilly with the wind blowing. But it warmed up enough you could wear, just a light sleeves out there. It wasn't freezing, thank God for that. We were real proud of that. But anyhow, yeah, I was real proud. I'm trying to get this thing to come on. It's not coming on my phone, guys, for whatever reason. I'm up there, but the video's not showing. Anyway, what the heck? But then as we come in, Joey had done left and come in. Believe it or not, he's usually the last one out. There's Christy Betts. Hey, Christy, how are you, dear? Yeah, so anyway, we're all hanging out, and I said, well, I'm gonna throw them last two babies. The older ones that were here last week will be 3 weeks old tomorrow. So I said, I'm gonna take those little suckers 2 bottles, and I'm getting my butt in here and get ready for bed. So everybody else had went down the hill, and I went over there and checked on everything. You know how I do. Throw the chickens some extra food so they would have some when they got up. Just throwed it around all in the pen. You know how I do. And so then I headed toward the house, and I heard this little it was the weirdest sound. I thought, what is that? And I kept listening and listening. I went back and listened at the other barn, at the bigger ones, the ones I've been bottle feeding. It wasn't them. So I came back down toward the house again. I heard it again. I said, damn, I have to get my flashlight out. So I dug around in my pockets and found a flashlight. And I went out there and went up through the gate and checked everything out. And doggone, we had 2 more babies that had just dropped. And I don't know if they all came at the same time or what, but the afterbirth was still there. And they were wet as they could be. The mama was on the other end of the pasture. It was like, what was that? I don't want no more of it. I mean, just like she thought she had really been constipated or something. I don't know what her problem was. She was scared to death of them. And then little babies were freezing to death out there because it was right down chilly. We'd been inside we had the door open, but we'd been inside the barn. So we wasn't feeling the wind chill and all. And I mean, it was like 46 degrees, but the wind chill was like 38 or 39. So I said, oh no. So run in the house and got me a big towel, and I went out there and got them, brought them up there and put them in the stall, got me another lamp, heat lamp, got it plugged up, the lines run, and got them under the heat lamp, wrapped up in a towel, and then I went back there to try to get the mother. That was a cluster. So then I had to run down the hill to my oldest daughter's house. She lives right down the road from me. And I ran down the hill and I said, hey, y'all, because they were still down there. The kids that were still there had just left from my house, right? They were just a little bit ahead of me. So they had not pulled out of the driveway yet. And I said, hey, y'all, wait. I said, I need y'all help. We got to round up another mama. I said, she ain't having nothing to do with these babies, and we got to put her in this stall up here. So I said, she's wild. She's one of those I got in Alabama at the sale. And I said, first time baby, I guess you don't know what's going on. Because, I mean, usually you can pick the babies up and the mamas are going to follow you with their babies hollering, especially. Well, not this one. She run to the other end of the pasture. Christy said she had a dog that was scared of her puppies at first, but became a good mother. That's good. Well, I'm hoping that she's not hurting these babies at all. She's not hurting them. She just is scared of them. She's scared of everything. Hey, there's Peter, old man King. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm excited about it. So here I am. I've got Madison and Haley, two of my granddaughters. Haley's boyfriend, Monk. We called him Monk. Now he wants to be, or my daughter wants me not to call him by his nickname or whatever he wants to be, or she wants me to call him Alex. So Alex, and my oldest daughter Tanya and her fiance or boyfriend Jason, and Joey was in the bed. So all of us that were still here, we were all out there tiptoeing around in the pasture with not good shoes on for inside the pasture, believe me, trying to round these sheep up. And we got all of them out of the pasture except her. So I got the gate closed and I said, all right, y'all, come on. I said, we're just going to go around to the outside and we're not going to try to grab her. We're just going to kind of guide her into where we want her to go. Well, first thing they did was open the gate, and there she went too. I said, oh no, if she gets in that back pasture, we will never get her out. Because this whole thing is one long section about probably 200 foot wide by, I don't know, 1,000 foot or 1,500 foot. I couldn't even tell you how far it is, but it's good ways. And then it opens up to a huge pasture in the back. And there's a gate back there, but that gate won't even close anymore because it's grown up in weeds and bushes that I hadn't cleaned out in a while because I hadn't closed it in so many years. So I said, oh God, if they get in there. So we run up through there. And all of them, they figured out which one it was. I said, no, it's this one right here. They were trying to round up the other mother from the very first ones we have. And it was so funny because we finally got her. And I had done grab me up a rope then and put a knot in the end, a loop in the end of it. And I just kind of wanted to drag it, loop it over her head. And that way I could at least control her a little bit and we could kind of guide her into the stall with the babies. Well, that poor thing nearly had a stroke, went nuts. Finally, we got her in the middle of a big muddy spot that's at the end of the barn where it kind of comes down that hill there, that slope, and the horses and sheep and goats and all have run in and out of there so much that it stays muddy unless it's been dry for 4 or 5 days. So it was muddy. Thank God it wasn't soppy muddy. It was just, muddy. Red clay mud, it stays dry. You can't do anything with red clay. That's just all there is to it. So anyway, so we get her. Well, she just collapses in the darn stuff. And so I finally got her lassoed. It wasn't really a lasso, but I got around her neck so she couldn't get away. Well, then she would not get up. She would not, even when we tried to get her up, she just was like a limp dish rag. I mean, I guess she nearly had a stroke. She was so darn scared. So finally, I just grabbed her by her front legs and drug her little butt across that mud and into that stall and took the rope off of her. And then I got back out and I said, well, let's just leave her alone. Well, then we got all these people looking over in the stall. I had took I didn't have another tarp to put up, so I had took a blanket, an old blanket that used to be in my horse trailer when I had it. I'd run up there to the barn and got it and put it across the front of the stall, from about here up, so that the wind wouldn't blow through there and blow on them. And then I had a light hanging down, 2 foot or so from the ground, so the babies could stay under it. Well, she was just sitting in that stall looking at them like, what in the heck? We were, Chrissy, we were. And bless her heart, she wasn't trying to fight us. She was just scared to death of us. Well, so we finally got her in there, and she's not having, she'll go in there and she'll look at those babies, but she's not having nothing to do with nursing, and she has absolutely no bag. It's just like she just popped out some youngins, didn't know what they was, and she's ready to be on her way. She's not wanting to hurt them. She just, she's not trying to butt them away. There's just nothing there. Caught her back up. Well, first thing Lightning did was go over there and open the darn gate. Here I am trying to get all this stuff done. Lightning goes, that's my horse, y'all. He goes over there and lifts the handle and opens the gate. Well, of course, she runs out again. Now, this is like, the kids have finally gone home, finally convinced them, let's, come on, let's go. Y'all leave, go home, let things calm down. Maybe she'll feed them. So I'd give them a couple of hours. Well, then Lightning had come out there when I come back out, and I didn't give him any feed. So I guess when I looked over the thing, he thought I was giving her some feed. So he opens the darn latch and lets himself in that stall with babies. Well, the mom runs out. The 2 little babies are in the corner down there, scared to death, hollered. Not under the light. I said, no, this ain't going to work. So I got their little muddy butts up and got bloody, muddy, sloppy, whatever. They still weren't dry good, even though I took the towels and tried to dry them up, old towels, tried to dry them up. So it was just a mess, guys. I was out there messing with them till about 1 o'clock in the morning. And then finally I said, to heck with this. I brought them in the house, mixed them up some colostrum. And, when they're first born and you're trying to get them to drink from a baby bottle, they don't have a clue what's going on. The nipple is there, but they don't really know what it is. It's not like there's a mama that they're rooting around and finally run across a nipple or whatever. And it's not, it's a little bit like mama, but it's not the same. So I finally got about an ounce down between the 2. So I waited about another hour, and then I got them up again, and I might got another ounce down. So about 2:30 in the morning, I go to bed. Well, of course, I'm all excited and wound up by then. I can't go to sleep. I didn't get any sleep hardly that night. Then I got up and went the next morning. We had planned, already had made arrangements to go to, hey, Jan, how are you, honey? To go to a big yard sale, flea market, whatever, that morning. So I had to get up early after I really didn't sleep any, guys. I had to get up early and run out there to the pen, feed those 2 that I'm still bottle feeding. That'll be 3 weeks old this week. And then I had to get these little ones up and drag them in. Well, I did get about 2 ounces or 2.5 ounces in them that time. And so they've had maybe 3 or 4 ounces apiece by now. And it's just been one thing after another. So anyway, this was Sunday. So when we come back from the flea market or whatever it was, we came in by, them little suckers was ready to eat then. They done got really hungry. But I had to hold them because one of them just kept backing up. It couldn't understand supposed to be going forward or leaning into that bottle. So I had to finally pick it up and put it in my lap. And, the little thing's got mud on it and everything else. Even though it's dried, it's still all messy. So here I am trying to bottle feed at crack of dawn. And then we get back from the sale. The mud's done dried and dropped off everywhere, all in there in the pen. Well, when I brought them in that night, guys, I had put a little heating pad on medium and put them in a little bitty dog crate. And it's probably one of the, not a medium size, not the tiniest you can get, but probably the next size up from it. So it would hold a small dog like I've got if you were wanting to ship it somewhere, but you wouldn't want to leave it in there for very long. So I put the heating pad up underneath there, up underneath the whole pen cage and everything, under the bottom pan. And then I put a couple of dry towels down and had them warmed them up in the microwave. And I put some hand warmers in there and I put it inside the bottom of that pen. And so doggone, they went to sleep. Jen says, phone call. I hope that means she's got a phone. She's got a call. Or else she wants me to call her one. Y'all. But anyhow, it's just been one of those weeks. But it has been a wonderful week. I have 7 lambs on the ground, and I think I've got one more mama that's going to have one, and I think it's only going to be one. And she's a first-time mom, too. So, Lord, doesn't look like she's got any nipples and any bag at all on her right now. So, I don't know how much. She's not as far along as the others. So, she must have come in late. So, she's probably not, but about 7 or 8 months old. So, maybe 9 months old now. So, we're going to see how that goes, guys, because I don't have a clue. But these first-time mamas are killing me, but at least they had twins. But the funny thing is, I like to keep the girls and sell the boys. Now, we could eat the boys, but it's just easier for me to sell them. I hate to think about eating them. Now, I can buy one and stick it out there and that I hadn't messed with and bottle fed and played with and all the stuff you do, Anyway, so I had to get those little suckers in and get everything going. And so usually I sell the males and I get about $200 for them. I mean, they're good sized sheep, when they grow up. So, and that was last year. So prices have went up. I might get $250, $300 for them now. I got so darn tickled. Gestation period is 5 months. Same thing. It's about the same as goats. So anyway, so I'm expecting my goats to come off now at the end of April, guys. We got 2 female goats. They're Nubian and miniature, whatever. I can't remember right off the top of my hat right this minute what the miniatures are. But all of them are the same thing. And so miniature dwarf or whatever. Anyhow, so them little devils got in there and got going. So now, yesterday, I took the little devils out and put them in with the older ones that I'm having to bottle feed. And they were real sweet with them. And they played because they're 5 weeks old. And these are just a few days old. But now that they're up and going around pretty good, so I got tickled and I said, Lord Jesus, help me, Lord. help me survive. I thought it was hard with 2 trying to get them all to eat and keep them from knocking me down, wanting to nurse and everything and anything they could get their lips on, Well, those other 2, the older 2, are starting to eat, thank God. I went and bought a bag of sweet feed for them because the other feed just wasn't real enticing. And they're so used to getting a bottle now that, they really just don't want it. Now, they'll nibble on some hay. And I tried to get them to eat some green grass, but they're getting so much milk, or been getting so much milk. So now I've cut back. Instead of 4 feedings a day, I'm giving them 3 8-ounce bottles a day for the older ones. And these little ones are getting some about 2 hours, except after about 11 or 12 o'clock, they won't get another one until 5 or so because I'm wanting them to sleep during the night. And usually, they do real good in the house, surprisingly. I'm surprised they don't holler the whole time they're in here. But anyhow, so a bottle rack to hold several bottles. I know that's right. Used to when I used to raise calves a long time ago, I'd buy calves and then raise them up, take them to the sale and sell them. And I did that. I had the little wire racks that you just hung over the 2x4. I had hair in my eye poking me, guys. But you hung those over the rack. Well, I'll never forget my oldest granddaughter, Madison, bless her heart. She wasn't but about 2.5 or 3 years old, and she just wanted to bottle feed those calves. So I said, okay, come on. Well, you know how the calves are bad about rooting. They're worse than the sheep are, real bad. Well, she was feeding her that bottle, and the little bottle was right up there, the calf's head. She was having to hold it up like this. That calf went, when it did, it bloodied her nose. And there she is, little pitiful, like blood running down her face. Oh, there is Sheila Tubbs. Not being here long, had to work tonight. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, girl. It's been one of those weeks, but it's been an exciting week. So we have 7 new babies on the ground. And of those 7, we have 5 boys. I want to keep the girls. I want to increase my herd, not lose my herd. But anyway, you get what you get, and you don't pitch fit, as the kids put it. Because I couldn't help but laugh. I told Joey, I said, any other time the twins would have been a boy and a girl. Always there's one of each. Not this time. The last two sets were two sets of boys. It's just the funniest thing. And now we have Kevin Henderson. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see. Anyway, so it has been a very interesting week here at our house. I had to go pick up another bottle because I only had one 8-ounce bottle. Well, then those two were left from the little 6-ounce, or supposed to be 4-ounce, but I was filling them up as much as I could, getting almost 6 ounces in them. So I had one big bottle, regular size baby bottle, so I had to go buy another one. And so now I've got these, but the other two will be coming off the bottles in less than a week. They're going to be off all the bottles. They're just going to have to learn to wean, eat something besides bottled milk. I will probably pour them some milk in a tub or something and let them suck it out if they will, lick it out, whatever, drink it out of the tub. They got to learn to do it. There's Hiking with Jackie Boy. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, guys. It really has. Then I come in here, put those new babies in the dog crate. Well, I got up and I done fed them one time. Well, of course, they done tinkled all in there. Well, I got up and I come in here and done something. I had them locked in the crate now, in between there. And I was going to get them out and feed them again. So I done fed them one time. That was this morning. That darn Rosie, that little heathen, she had done went in there and got a hold to the potty pad I had on the bottom of that crate and had pulled it out. And she had that potty pad with all that pee in it, tore into shreds all over the living room floor. I said, oh my God. I said, I have to tie y'all up to keep y'all out of stuff. Oh, convert a sawhorse into a bottle rack. Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that, with a few boards to hold the bottles in place. That's a good idea. I haven't thought about that. That might be a real good idea. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something. So if this happens next season, I'll be more prepared, because I just had all these babies from last season that I was raising up, and they were bred just at intermediate times. So some of them were born in January, but the rest of them were born like May or June of last year, end of April, 1st of May. So they're only younger ones. And that's the ones I'm having trouble with not feeding their babies, the younger ones. Well, it is a big job, but you know what? I just love them. So it doesn't really bother me. It's like raising little babies. Another thing to tell y'all, but I will in a minute. It's like raising little babies. When they're little and helpless, you have the patience and can deal with them. After they get up and go to walking around and getting into stuff, that's when you start losing your patience. You want to choke them to death. Think about it. A few times goes through your brain. So what did I do? Anyway, we had an interesting event at the Texas Tribal. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad y'all did. I hope it was good. Were you able to do any video in this time? I know you did a little bit of a video last time. I hope they you were allowed to do something this time. I'll be looking forward to it. I have not looked I've been so busy with these critters. I ain't had time to look at a whole lot much. Later in the night, I can get on somebody's channel and kind of halfway listen to it or type something every once in a while, but that's about it. And, that's after I've come in between the feedings and all that stuff. Oh, wonderful. I'll have to check it out. I can't wait. So glad. So glad. But guys, it has been a very, very interesting week around our house. I did manage to get everything done. I got another one of my garden beds cleaned out during all this. And we got started on that building and got it out. I've got a lot of footage. I've just got to get it all put together. As I was saying earlier, the editing part is what kills me. I am not good at it. I hate it. I'll sit here and put it off till I just absolutely have to. And then sometimes I'll do it and I'll edit out of that 3 or 4 things and get them all in there. And then I'll put them in queue, and I'll say, okay, this one's going to come out then, and this one's going to come out then. Or sometimes I'll put them in private. Well, then I'll forget about them. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Got to leave with some bison meat. That's great. That is really good. Good for you. I want to try it. If I ever get a chance, I'm going to try it. You know, we have a bison herd. It's not a big herd. There's probably about, there might be 40 now, 35, something like that. It's over off of Highway 48 in Alabama. And they are some pretty things. I did a little short video of them. But anyway, Christy says they got big storms coming in tomorrow. Girlfriend, I hope y'all don't have it too awfully bad. We've had them around here, and this weather has changed off. It has not been down to, you know, below 30, but this wind has been really whipping, and so we've had wind chills that got down pretty doggone low. Let's see. Had a bison burger a long time ago. I've never had any. I'd like to taste of it to see what it's like. And, you know, in a lot of cultures, they eat horse meat. And I said, I just don't know if I could eat a horse, you know, because I've loved horses so much my whole life. But, you know, you just don't know. I mean, you got to try it just like alligator or anything else. I've never ate possum. And people do eat possum. Can you imagine? People eat raccoon around here. So I don't know about you guys. Have you ever had any raccoon? I ate some coon one time. A girl that I worked with had some, but it was barbecued. So you really couldn't tell that much about it. But I mean, it was tolerable. It was kind of a greasy to me. It seemed like it was real greasy. But, you know, I mean, I tried it. I tried it. Let's see. The Buffalo Project has 2 ranches in one. Wilder, Texas. No, is that? Yeah. Let me see what I do. My glasses. Dang on it. They over yonder. Wilder, Texas, and Floresville, Texas. Yeah, ooh, possum. I know it. Can you imagine? I see possum. And, you know, they climb up in my fruit trees and get my plums. So they're not just eating dead stuff. Horrible thing to say. I've had rattlesnake, and rattlesnake is good. There's not a whole lot of meat on them, but the meat is really good that's on them. I've tried that back when I was just a teenager. So I've had that. I've had squirrel and turtle and all that. And a turtle is really good. If you've not had turtle is really good. Never tried elephant, but they say it eats the same. One bite at a time. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, quail are very good. In fact, I had a bunch of quail here 4 or 5 years ago, and we used to do the quail. And a lot of times, sometimes I would not just pluck them. Sometimes I would just skin them out because it's a lot easier. You know, when you're plucking the quail, you have to be real careful because the skin tears real easy on a quail. So, but anyhow, let's see. Kevin Harrington says, I would try a rattlesnake and went to a party one time where they had it, but it was gone by the time I got up far enough in line. Pig roast. Now, I've been to a lot of those pig roasts, you know, where they put the pig in the spit and turn it. And I've been to ones where they actually put the pig in the ground and they built this big fire with dug the hole, the ditch or whatever, and got the coals. And then they just put the pig in there and then covered it up with stuff and then put like a piece of tin or whatever on top of it and let it just bake all day or all night or whatever. And then the next day you had it. And that was good. In fact, back many years ago, I got stopped coming home from one of those one time. And I guess the cop thought I was drunk, but my daughter had woke up and she was screaming. We were supposed to have camped out at this party they were having, get together they were having. And we were all set up and camped with the tents. And back then we tent camped, you know. When you're young, you can handle all that stuff. Anyway, oh, you would like it. Christy, you would like it. It's a lot of fun. The people who hang around, you hear all kinds of old jokes, and there's a million old people standing around telling you all kinds of tales and things, and it's just amazing to me. But so I mean, she was back then. You didn't put your kids in car seats like you do now. So she was trying to go to sleep, and I had laid her in the front seat of the car that I had one of them old long seats, you know. Well, she had decided to get up, and she was fighting me, and she was pulling up, trying to pull up on the steering wheel, had me all over the road, and I got stopped. And the guy come up there, boy, she was screaming to bloody murder. And I told him, I says, I'm not drunk. I said, I'm coming home from the camping. And I said, she went to screaming, having a fit. And I said, couldn't stay there. That'll run us off. And I said, she's just ill. And I said, I'm tired. And I said, I don't live but about a mile up the road. And so he looked at me for a minute, and he says, well, where do you live? And I gave him my address. And he said, okay. He said, I'm going to follow you. And he did. He followed me all the way to the house and pulled up in there and made sure that I went in the house and turned the light. He said, turn the lights on when you get there. So I went in and turned the lights on, and then he pulled off and left. So it's a good thing. I don't know if he thought I was drunk or crazy or what was going on. I told folks, I said, I guess he thought I was drunk and Cooter Brown all over the road with her fighting me. Kevin says that he still tent camps. Well, Kevin, I'll be 66 years old next week. On Monday, in fact, guys, it'll be my birthday. Y'all can all remember, if you think about it, to tell me, happy birthday. Oh, there is Jerry with Butler Family Farm. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Yeah, so, you know, nowadays when my idea of camping, I have tent camp, but if I camp now in a tent, I got to have a cot to sleep on. I guess it's hard to crawl up off that ground several times in the middle of the night to go potty because my kidneys are not as good as they used to be. Let's put it that way. Oh, I'm getting the happy birthday in advance. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Birthday's coming up on the 16th. My daughter's is coming up. My oldest daughter was born on the 6th. I was hoping she'd make it to my birthday, but she had it on the 6th. And my sister was turning 16 on the 6th. So my little sister, of course, she had a fit that I had to have that baby on her birthday. I got so tickled. I said, it's not like I have any control over this. 310 is her birthday. No, mine's 316. Yeah, mine's on the 16th. Now, my daughter's is on the 6th, on March the 6th. And my sister's is on March the 6th. So now we all laugh about her having a fit for her 16th birthday and getting a niece. Oh, and Jerry says he's 3 days later. So he's what, on the 19th? I think. So you're going to have some kind of get together next week, aren't you, Jerry? I saw it on your live tonight. Something about y'all are going to have some kind of collaboration or some kind of get together for your birthday next week, or on Wednesday, maybe. Can't remember, but on the 19th. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing it, but I'm kind of halfway trying to watch that and bottle feed these little crappers so that I could try to get in here and get this going without them hollering. Now, before this is over, they may be awake and screaming. First time I ever tent camped, I went into the edge of the woods to answer the call, and a bear came walking by. Holy moly. I've never seen a bear other than at the zoo, you know. I've never seen a bear in any of these woods around here. And they say we have black bears here, but I've never seen one. I've never been to a a big park or something that has bears that just roam free. I would like to do that. That would be a lot of fun. Jerry saying hello to everyone he might have missed. And they're having a collaboration get together on the 19th. And I think it's going to be at 5 o'clock. So, I mean, I was watching the live, but, I'm kind of halfway watching it and paying attention and trying to bottle feed too. So if that's not right, Jerry, you tell them. That was in the Georgia mountains. Oh, yeah. There is a place up there. Cannot think of the name of it now, but there's a park up there close to Dollywood and all that, up in that general area, that is real big, and they have tons of bears in there. So I'm wanting to go up there and camp. and just ride around and see the bears. They say, they really get at you about feeding them, but the bears just roam around out there like it's nothing. They say, do not leave any foods in your vehicle because they will tear your vehicle to all the pieces in that park. So, and if you're camping, you can't have your foods right there in your camp. You got to move them away from the camp and all that kind of stuff. So it would be really fun, to go. I just want to go because I've never seen them that way. But yeah, that would be awesome. I would really love it. And you just don't know. It's just like when I first saw the buffalo. First time I ever saw a buffalo was in Kentucky at Land Between the Lakes up there. And I don't remember the name. It was a primitive camp by a lake. I don't know. There's no telling, honey. There's no telling. There's a bunch of them around, though. I can't think of the name of that campground, but my neighbors over here, we don't have close neighbors, but my neighbors over here, they used to go every year. And I've seen a lot of pictures that they posted of the bears and all kinds of critters, that they see out there. So it's a very pretty, and it's got a lot of cabins and, like the old property. Some of the places have been kept up so that you could go in and see them from that estate or whatever it used to be. But it's a big state park or national park or something now. But tried to eat something. I'm starving here, guys. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. So what is going on with you guys? What's going on with everybody else? This weekend coming up, it's supposed to be my Helen, Georgia meetup that I've been planning on going on. But got these babies to feed now. So I don't know. They do allow pets at this motel. So if I took a playpen that I could keep them in, and lots of those little liners, like I have the liners that you put under old people or people in the hospital or whatever, I put them down, and then I put doggy potty pads on top of them in case they get out of the way. You still got those protection there to keep them off the floor or whatever. I could probably take them, but I would have to be there every 2 hours to feed them so that they wouldn't worry the people in the motel to death, because boy, they can get loud when they want something to eat. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I talked to my friend. Well, I sent my friend Darren a text and told him, Darren, I said, I may not make it. And if I do, it'll probably be, I'll just run up there on Saturday, which is 4 hours away, but I could drive up on Saturday, hang out, and then, go to eat at the big meetup there Saturday night, and then just leave and come on back home, maybe spend the night Saturday night. Mike could get my oldest granddaughter to bottle feed them for the night. I don't know. Babysit them. She'd probably have to stay here to do that. But anyway. I know it. I think about that too. She's talking about just seeing what the housekeeping would say when they come in and saw them lambs. Well, last year when we were there, somebody had a dog that barked the whole time. Now, they didn't bark late at night. These people stayed out pretty late. So they barked till about 11 or 12 o'clock. And then after that, I guess they wanted their mamas, whoever it was. But this dog was a big dog, and it barked. It was loud. It must have been up under me. I don't know. But I could hear that thing barking and barking and barking. And, I'm not a big partier person that stays out. Now, I'll stay up late in here watching TV or watching YouTube or whatever, playing a game, but I'm not one to stay out and just run up and down the strip, like a lot of people are when they go to places like that. So I just couldn't help but laugh, and I thought about it, and I said, I'm so glad them people finally come home, because as soon as they come in, I guess that dog shut up and he never made another sound the whole night. Then the next morning about 7:30, 8 o'clock, those people must have gotten up because the dog started barking again. I said, maybe this one's them wanting him to get up and take him outside. Anyway, yeah, I can see housekeeping too. Look, come in and go, oh my God, that's not a dog. Anyway, There were 8 children in her husband's family, and they all they were there growing up. Cool, cool. All right. That sounds like it was a lot of fun. You know, it's more fun when you got a bunch of people together like that to go camping with. When Joey and I first got together, his dad owned some property, good bit of property over on the I want to say the Flint River. Can't remember the name of the river, but anyway, we used to go down there and camp a lot, and we would tent camp then. But you know, like I say, we were much younger back then. That was 27, 28 years ago. So anyway, but so other than that, guys, I've been just trying to get some garden beds ready. I'm gonna do a collaboration with dang, I can't even think of her name now, and she's not on here tonight. But anyway, she has a rainbow seed company, or she sells for rainbow seeds, and she has sent me a thing, wanted me to do a collaboration with some of her seeds. So I got to pick 2 sets of seeds, and I have to share them out with whoever else is doing it and give everybody's that's doing it. So I guess their email address or whatever, their name or whatever, you know, for the collaboration. And I just show it. If they grow, great. If they don't grow, but I have to show planting them or starting them, and then, you know, as they go, how they look or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. I've never done a collaboration quite as involved. Hey, there's Reverend Dream. Hello, hello. Blessings to you also. So, yep, we just missed your thing tonight, Reverend Dream. I'm sorry. Like I say, you missed out. I've been discussing my more baby lambs that have popped up in. I was not expecting to have to bottle feed. So anyway, haven't had a camper since 2007. Maybe I can find one and get a vehicle fit to tow it too. Yep. I tell you what, I have a good time. Now Joey doesn't. He's not into camping at all. He'll go to his bike rallies or motorcycle event things, and he'll camp then. But you know, there's a lot of drinking and other stuff that goes on then that makes it a lot more entertaining than my camping, I guess, for him. Anyway, but you know, I just say, okay, you know, whatever. But my idea of camping is relaxing and grilling some burgers or a steak or something, and just sitting back and watching the stars, and maybe having 2 or 3 friends around, you know, telling jokes and cutting up and just talking about good times and whatever. That's my idea of fun. And it's real nice to have air conditioning when it's 100 degrees, guys, and real nice, even nicer to have heat and to be able to go to the potty in the middle of the night without having to get out and go squat in the woods. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Mr. Reverend Dream says he's been one of those bikers. Joey doesn't. Joey does not partake in some of the crazier stuff that goes on, but he likes to sit back and watch. Joey's real quiet. He'll sit back and watch all that's going on. He's so funny with it. Now, I could go to any of these I wanted to go to, and I've been to quite a few, you know, with him. And I'm invited to all of them. I just don't go. You know, I figure that's his time with his buddies or whatever, if the buddies go. And, you know, if I want to go, I'm welcome to go. I just don't, you know. Squatting with a bear your first time camping. That would be my luck. I'll tell y'all about one of my squatting deals, talking about going to the bathroom. Well, on my first ever Alabama wagon train ride, I was told that when they go to the bathroom, the girls go on one side and they'll tell you which side, the left or the right, and the boys all go to the other side. So they said, Wait says, been there, done that. I know you have, Wade. I know you have. We darn so all the guys say, now I've never been, I only know one person at this thing. Never know anybody else. It was my friend, Mr. Max, that's be 97 if he makes it to March 26th, guys. And praise the Lord, I hope he does. He's doing so much better. I'm so proud for him. his kids have gotten him since my friend Vicky passed away. That his children have been gotten to where they come in and staying with him, and they're keeping him busy and keeping his mind off of things and helping him with his bills and cooking for him and that kind of stuff, keeping his house up. So they're spending a lot of time with him, and thank God they're getting him out of the house. And he'll just get on. He's got a mule. I think it's a mule, and they ride around on the mule. So March 26th is your birthday. So I remember that because Mr. Max's birthday is March 26th. Well, happy birthday to you too in advance, Reverend Dream. So Max, he says, okay, honey, he talks real quiet, and he's one of those people you have to get right up to him and listen, because he can't talk any louder than that. There's something wrong with his voice, and it's always been that way. So everybody just knows you got to get right up to him to listen to what he's saying. So he told me, okay, you go over that way. And he said, we're going over here. So there I go over in the woods, and I'm looking around, and, I found me a spot that wasn't anybody else at. And there I am in full stream. All of a sudden, this whole family of folks walking up within 5 foot of me through there. I couldn't stop, y'all. I just said, oh, well. The girl or the lady had her husband and their kids and everything. They all went to the same spot to go to the bathroom, come walking back up right by me. I'm like, so much for privacy. Yeah, we do have a lot of birthdays in March. A lot of my family, a lot of my friends. So it's an exciting month for us. Plus, spring has sprung, guys. I know it's not really officially spring, but man, the bushes and trees are blooming around here. We've got all the jonquils and forget-me-nots and all those sweet little blooms out blooming, and lots of the fruit trees have got blooms on them. My peach tree is just loaded down with, well, my apricot tree actually, it's just loaded down with blooms. So I'm excited. I'm excited about some warmer weather on a real basis, not just this pop in and you have 2 or 3 days of 70 or 65 or whatever weather that's real pretty, and then all of a sudden it drops off and you got freezing winds and rain and snow and darn bad foggy days, and you know how that goes. So anyhow, I'm ready for this weather to clear up and be warm, guys. I don't want it 100 degrees warm, but I'm real proud that it's coming up like it is. So anyway, it has just been, it's been a week, guys. It's been an interesting week and a lot of fun. And daffodil leaves are coming up. Well, yeah, we've got them, and ours are already blooming. I've got several of those double bloomed ones. In fact, some of them came from when Wheat moved from where she was in Alabama to her tiny house. And there was a whole container of, I guess they were just where she had dug them up or gotten them from when she had worked at the garden center or whatever. Well, anyway, so she'd left all that stuff. She said, you can have anything you want out there. So I went and got that hole. They were dumped out, but I pulled them things out of all over the place, and I've got them stuck out here blooming all over the place at my house. And it won't be long now before about the April, I'll be getting my amaryllises will be blooming, guys, and I'm excited about that. So Peter says the daffodils in his front yard are blooming. I know there's a bunch of them at your place too, Peter, because I've seen them before. Anyway, well, guys, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. We've just talked about animals all night tonight, but I'm so happy I had a good time. And, anytime that you can keep these little critters alive, even if you have to give a little extra effort, it's worth it. It's worth it to watch them blossom. And if you ever are going to raise a bunch of them, especially the females, if you'll milk the mama and put their milk in a bottle and get them to take a few bottles from you along, then when they start having babies, if they have trouble, when you've got them pinned up, they're very gentle and they will help you or allow you to help them. They won't be like these wild critters that I've got running around here that's never been touched, probably. In Alabama, we had lots of daffodils and was excited to find a few back over where the old farmhouse used to be on the property. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the old farmhouses around here, you'll just be walking in the woods and there'll be maybe some piles of rocks where an old chimney used to be or something that's done fell in, and you'll look around and there'll be daffodils or some kind of flowers growing in there. It's just exciting to see. There's several places on the backside of my property that's like that, guys, that are interesting interesting to see. About to talk my voice out tonight, guys. My voice out tonight. But anyway, said they're getting another blast of winter chill this week. I've been listening to that on the news. Ryan Paul, y'all. But you know what? He is pretty doggone accurate. Even in our area, he's pretty accurate about what's going on here. So he's a pretty good meteorologist or whatever you want to call it. So we have some here, but I'm telling you, sometimes you can look at these things and you can pretty much tell what's going on before they can. The fire department use the old house on practice and burn it down. A lot of times they do that. And a lot of times other people will. And there's Bill with My Alaska. Hello, Bill. It's good to see you pop in, hon. Glad to have you. Haven't been in this week to see your videos. I don't know if you put any out, but I'm going to be trying to get in there. I've just been trying to get these critters all bottle fed and raised up. Got 4 of them bottle feeding now. But yeah, here a lot of the fire department do a lot of those practice burns, keeping them up and all that. And this property, and at one point in time, it was like 160-acre tract that was like, I guess, maybe it was sold off that way. I don't know. But anyway, it was divided up. And my grandparents bought it. It was 160 acres. And then my mom got 40 acres and her sister got 120 acres because my mom got the house. And she insisted that her sister got the biggest part of the property, which a lot of that biggest part of the property was kind of swampy on the backside. And that's one reason she got that. And it was sold off to someone else. So I just got the 140 that my family had. But anyway, that's just the way it goes. Yep. We have a lot of that. We have a lot of them over there where on the lake where we ride horses in one of the, on West Point Lake, there's an area too there that has quite a few daffodils and things. And I'm surprised people haven't dug them up. You're not supposed to take anything like that, but a lot of people do. So anyway, heard from any of my friends or family out that way if any of the bulbs or anything that I gave them survived. I know the ones I gave Jan did, and I don't know if her angel trumpet made it through the winter or not. Mine look dead, but I'm hoping that they come back. I covered them up with straw, cut them down, about 6 inches from the ground, covered them up with straw like I'm supposed to. Planted the tiger lily seeds today in, okay. Good. Those tiger lilies are beautiful. You would have been better off, girl, to put them on in the ground last year so that they would have gotten established. But anyway, it don't really matter. Anyway. But yeah, they come out and so they would probably double themselves by now because they'll spread pretty doggone quick. Jan wants to know, Mr. Joe, if y'all are getting snow at your house. Anyway, but guys, we haven't got but about 5 or 6 minutes left, about 5 minutes left. And I just wanted to let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sharing out my videos, for giving me those thumbs up and the likes. And bye week. See you next week, hon. I'll call you sometime this week if I get a chance. If you get out and about and up toward LaGrange, y'all pop in here and see these babies. But anyhow, y'all remember to Give me those likes. Hit that thumbs up when you go out. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out and supporting my channel. I know it's not that great, guys. I know it's a little boring, especially for younger people, but it's just, I'm not real outgoing. I'm not real exciting anymore. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything y'all do for me. And it's just been a roller coaster around here, guys. So y'all be sure to be nice to people, because we don't know what's going on in their lives, and you know what could be causing them to have the attitudes that they have. We just never know. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm one of those people that I get real anxious. I have anxiety, like not really a panic attack, but anxiety attack. And I'll get just, and I mean, I get mean when I have mine. So I know I do. I mean, I'm liable to yell at you about just the simplest thing. So anyway, so we don't know what goes on with people, so we try to be nice to folks, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Rhonda and Jan. Thank y'all so much. And so I just wanted to say how much I appreciate y'all, and how much I'm enjoying the ride so far. If I could just get this editing down pat. I'm not good at it, guys. I'll tell you. I got quite a bit of stuff in this doggone laptop that I need to be putting in there. I've got it in there and I've got it saved, but I've got to get it all put together, and there'll be at least 2 videos in there. But hopefully I'll get those things out this week, guys. I'm hoping to get one out maybe by Wednesday afternoon or Thursday. We'll see. We'll see, guys. We've got about 2 or 3 more minutes. If anybody's got any comments or got anything to say, I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me for an hour on Monday nights. Sometimes they're interesting. Sometimes they're a little crazy. Sometimes they're just plain out boring, and I don't have anything at all to say. But anyway, Reverend Dream says he doesn't edit anything. He's plain out raw. Well, Reverend Dream, I wish I could be like that. And I have done quite a few like that, and have pretty good luck with them when I just go on there and say, you know, record it, and this is how it is. And, you know, if I screw up and say something I shouldn't, or y'all see something you shouldn't, I hate it. You know, some of the best and slop around here, but y'all gonna get a kick out of looking inside my little closet there. That's what they call it. It's my little section of the barn. The boys made me up a sign that says Carol's Closet. Boy, you couldn't open the door without stuff falling out. That's how packed it was. But y'all will get a kick out of seeing us drag all that stuff out of there. I'm hoping to get that video out real soon, guys. But I don't know who's coming up behind me live. I don't keep up with it hardly anymore, because by the time I get off of here, it'll be time to get bottles made up. I have to get out there and feed those 2 in the barn. Then by the time I get back in here, I'll have to start getting, I'm still giving them a little bit of colostrum, just half of the colostrum now, and regular bottle mix now. And then this will be the last day for the colostrum for these babies in here. So anyway, life as it is, that's right. And the way things are around here, that's exactly right. You see the good, the bad, the ugly, and the whole shebang in between. Out there where I have all my feed knowledge just piled in there. I need to go through and pull all that stuff out and do something with it. But, you know, it's a shelter, and when you don't have a whole lot of space to put anything, it just tends to, it all gets piled in there until it gets to where you can't walk around, and then you have to pull it out and go through it. So that's the way it is at our house. It's just the way it is, guys. It's the way it is. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I'll try to be posting. I'm going to try to do a video or a live, just a short one, maybe one day this week soon, where y'all can actually go out and see the little critters in the pasture and all that. They're so funny, and you get them all together and they go to kicking and bucking and jumping around. It's just so cute. I did not realize that lambs do all that jumping and all. In fact, one of these little devils this morning, you know, I put them out with the 2 bigger lambs during the day, but I bring them in at night because it gets so cold. Even though I've got a heat lamp out there, they still, if the bigger ones were to knock them out away from the light, I'm afraid they'd be too cold. But One of them did one of those little jumps and throwed his little back feet up. Well, when he landed, his back feet ended up in the wire. And he was wiggling and couldn't get his little butt loose. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He was just laying there going, I laughed my honey off. Well, guys, I'm going to let y'all go with that. And we will see y'all again next week. Don't forget, Monday nights live at 9 o'clock. Love y'all. Bye-bye.